and honor for me to welcome all of you for the webinar session on incubation and skilling opportunities for the students and the faculties organized by IIMT College of Pharmacy, Greater Noida. The objective of this session is to provide the platform for the students, scholars, as well as the researchers to understand the importance of academic entrepreneurship during their graduations and their
Am I the only one missing him?
Ankita, there might yes, ma'am. I think, sir, there might be a network congestion in director, sir. Jashri,
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
just
ma'am.
overcome to Colonel, sir. Just give him a command just
Yes.
for starting the session. I think there might be issues in network, sir.
Yes, ma'am. No problem. Sir, I would request Anil sir to grace this occasion with your precious knowledge and words of wisdom.
Thank you. Thank you, Jayashree. And thank you, Dr. Mallikarjun and Ankita, for inviting me to this webinar. And I'll be talking something on the incubation and scaling opportunities, giving you a big picture of in the country as it is unfolding, especially during the COVID times. And firstly, I would like to thank the IIMT College of Pharmacy, Greater Noida, to extend this opportunity to me to speak to the students and faculty of IIMT College of Pharmacy. I'm really honored and privileged to be speaking on such an important and a burning topic, which is so very dear to Management, Entrepreneurship and Professional Skills Council, which I am heading as part of the Skill India mission in the country. So without wasting much time, I'll just go on to my presentation. There's some issues in the network. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So here I'll be talking on the earliest stage entrepreneurship, incubation and scaling opportunities. Firstly, I'll just take on the India's vision as enunciated by Honorable Prime Minister that we are a very youthful country and we have the demographic dividend on our side. So today's youngsters have to become job creators rather than job seekers. And startups are no longer only in the big cities. Rather, they are more so in the smaller towns and villages, and where they are coming up as a vibrant startup centers. And India has indeed made its a very niche market and standing in the global startup ecosystem. Especially after COVID-19, we have had numerous problems, but then there we are shining. Why? Because of greater cooperation among the democratic nations, and that is what is the hallmark as of now for all the Indian young startups which are emerging in the country. So before I come on to the topic of incubation and other things, let me just tell you in brief the definition of an entrepreneur. He's a person who's setting up a business and carrying out the operations by taking financial risk to maximize the margin of profit. So here, two things are very important. He or she will take a financial risk. Risk is a very important component of entrepreneurship to maximize the margin of profit. So no business is there for free. So that is why there is an element of risk. You have to identify your problem or product, and then you have to maximize your margin of profit. So what is supposed to be done is, this is a new narrative for the build-up of youths to be their own masters rather than working under somebody in some organization and building the mass or the value to somebody else. Rather, they should do it for themselves and then in turn give more employment opportunities to other job seekers. The shift has to be from traditional businesses to innovative businesses. As you see, there's so many unicorns which are coming up in India nowadays, especially during this COVID. We have had more than 12. In this year only, in the second wave of COVID, we have had 2 to 3 unicorns which have already come up, and there are more which are lined up, which only shows the confidence and leadership qualities in our youth today. It also gives us equal responsibilities, opportunities, and expectations, and reduces the gender discrimination. It also increases the participation of women in the Indian workforce, and India has a very, it's increasing the lead in terms of women entrepreneurs coming onto the scene. Now we have reached a level wherein we have really come to a very large scale where the women participation is being taken care of. I'll just briefly tell you about the importance of entrepreneurship. It has to have the proper utilization of resources. It has to generate the employment opportunities. It has to foster the economic development and also enhance the traditional culture and values, wherein women entrepreneurs are coming up in a very, very big way. And last but not the least, it has to encourage the young generation in their entrepreneurial development so that they can start something new and carry out their task and business in new and take them to new horizons and levels. Just to give you a brief outlook of the economy which is there as of now, especially during the COVID, we have a very, very strong engineering sector and very large industrial sector. Our engineering industry accounts for 27% of the total factories in the industrial sector, which represents 63% of the overall foreign collaborations. Indian companies are digitizing their essential functions, and they are focusing on achieving the operational efficiencies, cost control, and thereby leading to revenue growth. As of now, we are 5th position in the global economy ranking by the nominal GDP. The Indian economy increases the level of capex with each manufacturing core industry, and we have n number of industries starting from steel and manufacturing and so many other. The sizable investment in the core manufacturing sector is likely to boost demand because it will have a pull effect. And especially the government, I'll be talking more on the government initiatives, not only the Make in India, but Startup India and ease of doing business, which is enhancing the economy of the Indian nation. What are the challenges in today's entrepreneurship world? These are very, very, at a very large level. That first and foremost is the change in demand and access to finance. How do you put in money to start your business? What are the sources and what are the alternate sources? How do you access the input and manage your inventory? How do you manage your work environment? What are the policy and the regulatory decision and the guidelines which will affect your supply chain management? And what are the skills and knowledge which are required to run an enterprise? And there, the organizations like Management, Entrepreneurship, and Professional Skills Council come handy, wherein they will connect you to the market. They'll connect you to the target. They'll connect you to the investors. They'll connect you to the mentors. So this is the place wherein Skill Council like MAPSC will come very, very handy to take the young entrepreneurs to the next level of their business creation. So what are the solutions? The solutions have to be very transformative in nature, and that is to train, develop, and nurture the young minds Firstly, they have to be enticed. They have to be told what kind of enterprise you can build. What are the opportunities which are there. Then they have to be supported through the venture